Hey, so the first video that I'd like to do, and the first thing I think everybody should learn when you are trying to focus on arms and hands, is the posture. Okay, now the dance posture in general is one thing, okay, and I broke that for you before, like years ago, on this website. But the arms posture specifically is something to focus on to kind of see where you're making the mistake. So what I think of as the perfect, if there is such a thing, or the right, arm posture, and I'm sure a lot of dancers out there are not going to agree with me on this, but this is what I find to be comfortable, okay? Because a lot of dancers will tell you a certain posture, but for me, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel natural, put it that way. And for me, anything that doesn't feel natural is not right for me. I'm not going to do it, okay? Because I feel like dance is such a natural, beautiful thing, and it shouldn't feel like work, and it shouldn't feel like you're forcing your body to do something that doesn't feel natural, okay? So here's what I think will be the right posture. First of all, make sure that you push the chest forward. You never want to kind of dug in like this, okay? It doesn't look good. You want to push the chest forward, okay? It's kind of like, you know, when you eat and then something falls on, you know, in your bra, and then you're trying to see it before you pull it out. Kind of same thing, you know? Push so you can see, you know, between your boobies, okay? So push that chest forward, and then what that will do is it will arch your back nicely, okay? So you want the arch, and that will engage your upper back muscles, and it's an awesome workout for them because you're engaging them all the time, okay? So don't think about it as work, okay? Think about it as a nice exercise back there. The second thing I think you need to do is roll the shoulders back. So instead of just pushing the chest forward with the shoulders forward, you want to roll the shoulders back, then push the chest forward. That's key, because a lot of times people kind of do both at the same time. Everything is going and moving the same direction. So shoulders go back. So first of all, I think you should start with the shoulders because it's kind of easier that way. So roll the shoulders back, push the chest forward, okay? And then from here, what do we do with the rest? Okay, first of all, the shoulders will stay up, and then the arms will come up to the side with your elbows slightly bent, okay? You always want your elbows below the shoulders. We don't want this, and we definitely don't want this, you know, kind of straight thing. No, we want the shoulders bent, shoulders elevated or rolled back, but the elbows just below the shoulders, okay? And then bent slightly. And then the arms are extended out, okay? We don't want completely locked, but we also don't want this, you know, too close to the body. So open so we can see the body. Keep the shoulders relaxed, and then keep the elbows below the shoulders. Now how about the wrist? The wrist should be just a little bit higher than the elbows. They should be really natural, so you don't really have to overthink it. But then the hand, the fingers, and this is going to be important because we're not just talking about arms here, we're talking about arms and hands. They go together. The fingers, you should never want them down like this, okay? Because a lot of times people, when they focus on the moves they're doing, you know, whether they're hips, drops, kicks, whatever they're doing, you know, the arms start to drag and you just look like you're bored. You know, so make sure the fingers are always pointed up, okay? A lot of times I see people say drop the middle finger like this. You know, you see a lot of dancers that say that. To me, it's just not natural to be holding something like this, okay? I see it kind of makes the fingers look pretty, but really you don't do that because you don't force something to happen. Just point your fingers up and relax. You don't need to be dropping one finger, which finger, you know, kind of constantly think about it. You know, and it's not really good. After a while, you build that tension. Not only that, but in the Arab culture, dropping the middle finger is actually basically giving someone the finger. You don't have to actually put all the other ones down and lift the middle one, but if just dropping it down like this amongst all your fingers, he's actually giving someone the finger. So you really don't want to do something like that, especially when you're going to be performing, and then maybe a lot of your audience is going to be like Arabs. So watch out for that. So don't just follow the advice blindly that any teacher will tell you. Kind of, you know, do it the way that feels comfortable to you, and then also make sure you understand that certain moves in certain cultures do mean something. So again, let me just repeat that. We said we're going to roll the shoulders back, push the chest forward, lift the arms where the elbows are still bent, but they're below the shoulders, and then fingers are pointed up. Okay? So that's it. So from the side, you should look like this. You should look like you have a nice arch. And then the other thing, the other little detail here is please do not bring your arms forward, because I see this a lot. Okay? You want to make sure that they're on the side. And sometimes there will be situations where we're going to have to push them back a little bit for specific moves. But as long as they're just on the side, you're good. So basically the rule is you don't want to see your arms in front of you. If you start to see your arms, then they're too much to the friends, okay? So pushing back a little bit, okay? And that's it. That's really your basic posture. Of course, the arms will change depending on what moves you're doing, but this is the basic posture. If you're just a beginner and you want to just clean up your form when you're doing something facing the audience, kind of like this, and doing something on both sides, what is the right frame? Okay, and as I said, those arms will change depending on the move to frame that specific move. Okay, so I hope you find this helpful. I'll see you guys in the next videos in our series of videos that we're doing these days about arms and hands. So make sure you check them out on freeballedanceclasses.com. See you then. Bye.